Welcome to this Tuesday, December 2nd special rock and roll edition. Adrian Hannah Dragon, laying the foundation of the dancing goddess in the Dragon Kingdom with 718 trillions of kisses. You heard that correct, right? Proper. 718 trillions of kisses, financially stressed, but it's the 2nd of December. And I gotta say my gratitude, but we're gonna pour some coffee and I gotta give a shout out to my friend who gifted me this great, look, there's a red, my favorite color, what I said, red cardinal. There's a red cardinal. They're auctioning this mug for $1 million. It's light, it's thick, but it's very light. I got it as a gift. I think that's a mistletoe right there, mistletoe. And we're gonna put a little bit of, I got coffee, ground coffee there. Well, it's actually instant coffee, so it's instant coffee, but it's ground, very light, very powdered coffee. Basically, it's instant powdered coffee from Ukraine, but of course it doesn't mention the origins of the coffee because it is a company, of course. I bought it on a special, so I calculated, of course, and estimated that it was better proper for me in order to save money to buy a few like these. I'm going to show you what I'm making a reference to. I'm just going to stir it up a little bit, put it on the new table. Got that table last year. See, this is the coffee. I'm going to show you up a little bit. Find the coffee here. Let's see. We're gonna get that rock and roll. It is the coffee. Right here. So this coffee I got it for 99 cents. Right. I'm gonna stir up a bit. The red cardinal there is really good. I got it from my anonymous friend. If I'm auctioning this for $1 million, gonna give her half, 50%. Rock and roll, December 2nd. Paid my rent yesterday. Paid my electricity bill yesterday. Paid my Netflix subscription special, reduced half price for the month of December. So I'm good to go for the Sabbath weekends. And paid my hydro bill. So the only thing I got left to pay is my phone bill, and I need a new phone. I made a calculation that the Black Friday deals, unfortunately for my budget, I best not to get a new one. So I'm gonna see a rebudget now. See what after I paid my rent. I said I'm gonna pay my rent first, pay my electricity bill first, pay the other expenses, and then I'm gonna see, because I gotta be realistic with my budget, what I can afford and what I cannot afford in terms of the cell phone, of course, because I do need a phone, and I'm gonna continue to make my videos. The last video I made was 32 days ago. As you can see from October 30th that my phone from there sustained some damage, so I gotta be rock and rolling with that. I'm gonna try to acquire within the next days on the deal special phone, of course, maybe a refurbished one. Maybe I'll get a deal for a newer one, perhaps not the newest, because the deals that I saw on Black Friday with the company that I said it's better for me to wait to after I pay my rent for December, after I take care of my electricity bill, to estimate my budget concordantly and accurately, to see all the expenses that I got for the month of December, because I am on a very tight budget, financially stressed. You know, I only have a few $100, $850 to be precise. So I paid my rent, paid my electricity bill, and paid a little bit of my debt for my. I got a $10,000 credit line, so I got $10,000. I'm $10,000 in debt, but always open for business. You know, I got trillions of kisses, rock and roll songs I created on the daily, and this is a 50-gram natural instant powder. See, natural instant powdered, natural instant powder. So it's 99 cents. So usually the one I buy is 150 grams for $5.99 or $6.49 or $6.99, right? So even if it's on special, that's about the price that it goes about around about. Like, for example, the one that I had the other day, if I have it here, this one, see, it's almost over. I just have a little bit left because I was cleaning my room today, and because I didn't do yesterday because it was the Greater Feast, so staying that Sabbath weekend style. So I still have a little bit left at the bottom. So this usually I get for about $6, right? So this is instant coffee. This is product of Germany, but of course the beans, it doesn't say the beans where they're from. See there in the back, it says product of Germany. But the beans we don't know. So this I know it's Ukraine, from Ukraine, the company, and this is German. But this I pay about $6 for this, for 150. Now 3 of these, this is the amount of quantity, right? Not the quality necessarily. This is better quality, in my opinion. Quality wise is better. right? But it's 150 grams. So for $3, because this was 99 cents, I get 350s like this. So 150 grams, 50 grams. 3 times 50 is 150. 150 divided by 50 is 3. So this is basically in quantity 3 times this. So this is 3 times the size of this, and this is 1/3 of this mathematically, quantity-wise. Because when I go shopping, my brain is always running on mathematics, right? So I have this neurological mental divergent condition known as Asperger's, which is quite a proposition of where the inclinations to always do, especially percentiles. So I'm not able to do supercomputing or computing that good. Not all Aspies are good at computer science. In a parallel life in the year of darkness 2030, I am a super scientist. I build, design supercomputers, coding, telecommunications, satellites, and sats for NATO and ICBM rockets. But in this life, I'm an artist, athlete, an androgynous pansexual artist, athlete, philosopher, an independent geopolitical theoretical analyst, theorist, philosopher, and strategist. So actually, I take great pride in my geopolitical work and my theories and my protocols and defense protocols only for what I call the North American Collective, especially in the integral position that I actually predicted what's happening now back from 2019. I predicted what's happening now in international conflagration back in October 2019, so I'm marking 6 years, and this February is going to be marking 6 years since right in this room of Sun Temple, since I survived COVID. So I had a coronavirus, and I got this great gift. This is one of my greatest mugs. It's big, thick. It's the biggest, thickest that I have in terms of the. I like how it is enlarged. You know, almost like for hot drinks, for cocoa, for coffee. Even I use it for coffee now. So I got it as a gift about a few days ago, and it was washed 3 times, and I was ready to use. And you know, there we go. You know, we got a little bit of that red and green together. See those red, my favorite color. The color of the dragon army is red, and the dancing goddess army, the two complementary public private partnership institution that I'm calling the creation thereof. And there's the red red, the red cardinal on the mug. Gotta see what you said. I said for the truckers, butchers, bakers, nurses, train conductors, and the warehouse workers. It ain't all about Wall Street. Sometimes you know that we gotta eat. Played out left and right and in the middle. Workers collective, that's a trouble. Rainbow dragons made that red. For the green, that's what I said. Gotta give some nurses for the changing. Some those daycare workers changing diapers. Gotta sing it for you know. I ain't need no sniper. Sniper! Get me in a hyper. Right, it's rock and roll, geopolitics, sports, and fitness 24/7. I create rock and roll songs, and yeah. So this, I saved basically some money. So basically I saved about half, right? Because for the same price it is, 3 times the quantity, I get to buy about 6 or 7 of these. 6 or 7 like these for the same price it is. Although this is better quality. So it lasts me more. So basically I relinquish the quality for some quantity in order to have more, to last me more for December. But I might get one of these also if I can. Now my focus is my phone. You know, my phone. I gotta get my phone and get a new phone to start keep making my marching dance workout videos, which you know I love to do. Marching for hours. You can check out hundreds of my workout videos and videos in the past, hundreds of them, thousands of them, dating for, especially during COVID, and lost about 80 and 93 pounds right here. Let me do a little flexing, I guess. I'm auctioning this shirt. My anonymous friend gave me this shirt about 7 years ago, right after I started my fitness journey, you know, and I lost between 80 and 93 pounds. I think I gained a little bit now, but you know, I lost right here in this room of Sun Temple. I created my own workout training program system back in 2019, and I'm pretty joyous. I was just financially stressed. I'm still on my last day, 8th day of a cold here. I had a cold. I was coughing early this morning. I woke up at about 3:37 a.m. I was coughing strongly, but I could use a massage therapy session, you know. Just do a little bit of flexing, and yeah, still way to do. I'm gonna give myself a deadline for February, mid-February. It's marking 6 years since I survived COVID. In 2020 I had COVID, so I want to do a very intense December, January. So in the coming, well, January, I guess, 70-day transformation, you know, 70 days, and created my own workout training program system, and gotta get that Adrian Hanna Dragon, you know how we rock and roll androgynous always, for the butchers, the bakers, the nurses, the doctors, the firefighters, the plumbers, and yours truly, priestess of the goddess, sending kisses to the firefighters, the butchers, the bakers, always for the 10, the 50, and the 3. How many of the 50 states can you name me, starting with Alabama, Arkansas, Alaska? We got 8 N's, 8 states that start with N and M. That's how I start, with the N, letter N. North Dakota, North Carolina, Nebraska, then moved to M, Missouri, Minnesota, Mississippi, Maryland, and then go to Tennessee, Texas, then go to Utah, Rhode Island, then move by West Virginia, Vermont, come back to Canada, British Columbia, coast to coast, ocean to ocean, Ontario in between, Quebec, Manitoba, Saskatchewan with the Northwest Territories, with Prince Edward Island, with of course going on the way, of course, from the East Coast to the West Coast. We got that, of course, going down south for North Carolina. Then we got, of course, going to Louisiana, and then we got to drill it up in the middle, of course, for Utah, Iowa, Montana, Illinois, and then all the other 50 states plus 13 for our empire, the 63 letter rise and letter B. If you don't know what I'm recording about, you're going to have to check the Concordiates videos in the past to fully understand my philosophies and actions that I'm calling upon. Of course, the mass implementation of a vast majority public-private partnership across what I call the North American civilizational complex, because we North Americans, Quebecers here in the French language, the French state is going to be, let our empire rise and be, with the individual state constitutions of the 63 and the massive refurbished 21st century imperial constitution for total SSD, security, service, and defense for the collective North American civilizational complex, coast to coast, ocean to ocean, encouraging all to work out, train, exercise. Working out, train, exercising has been, is, and will be my medicine and therapy of choice. And yeah, I'm in the red again, financially stressed, but my DRT theory, paradoxically, the debt refusion theory for the creation of the universal exchange unit in parallel to the integral implementation for all the SSD, security, service, and defense, common protocol, and mass financing citizens to work out, train, exercise, and implementation of AI protocols and a mass techno-financial public-private partnership is the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom. My dream for the North American collective for total integration and rebuilding of the ghettos. We got to rebuild the North American ghettos. The ghetto we got to mass, and please, the call of the heart, please, millionaires, billionaires, specifically the owners of the NFL, National Football League, the NHL, National Hockey League, the NBA, National Basketball Association, MLB, please go donate some tickets for the public workers, pick up the garbage, the collection of the garbage and the compost. And we got here 3 services, garbage, recycling, and compost in my neighborhood in 2018. I worked on the compost project myself. So call it a heart to also all the millionaires and billionaires, whether athletes or owners, and the CEOs and the billionaires of Canada, United States joints, to please give for some candies, reduce for the children. If I would be a billionaire, I would take a little bit of millions and billions and get some trucks and a go around to give some gifts. We're gonna dress some Santa Clauses, hire some people, put some people to work, and hire some Santa Clauses to work. So I guess this is gonna be the introduction in the coming weeks. We're gonna do the please finance Santa Claus, in a non-sectarian manner, Santa Claus just for the holidays, for the giving spirit, for the charity spirit, and the joy of candies, the joy of goods, not too much candies, I guess, but, with a toothpaste with it, we can donate and to a lot of people across North America. Billionaires, Wall Street, Call It a Heart from Adrian, Hannah, Dragon, androgynous pansexual, founder of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom, support the dream, the creation of the Universal Exchange Unit, UE, aka the Imperial Dollar, by fusing Canada, United States into 63 Imperial Pledge Allegiance Legions.